What's up, everybody? Welcome to No Control. So, as we said before, we're up here in New Hampshire, and right now we're in the middle of winter, 15-degree nights and pushing almost 30-degree days. So, there's not a lot that we like to do outside. So, as you can see, I got in front of me a bunch of little parts. So, what I intend on doing is I'm going to build my first actual kind of like close to competition Scx24 crawler. So I have the Mofo low center of gravity chassis. I got the Mofo plate, Mofo servo mount, and I got the Mofo links, and I got that set of Mias, I believe you say, axles. They're the +5 aluminum axles with brass outers and a brass couple other pieces. Which the front axle is 85 grams, the rear axle is 35 grams, and the front axle has up to 52 degrees of turning. So these I think are going to be pretty cool. I'm kind of excited about those. So there's that stuff. Steel drive shaft and Jura shocks. I am running the little guy tires, and I got a set of beadlock wheels with brass rings in them. Here's my little clear body that I'm going to paint up, do something with. And the cool parts of this, I got the Lizard Pro receiver, or ESC I should say, and I'm going to run the Stellar transmission with the Komodo motor from PureTech in it. Now, I can't say I came up with all this stuff. I actually have watched Adam from Cape Crawlers off and on a little bit, and this is actually a similar build to kind of what he did, but I want to see if I can do it and get this crawler to really crank and perform awesome, because we got a crawler course that we built. So I want to see if I can beat Alex with this thing, especially with how much effort I'm going to put into this guy. So I guess really, there's an overview of what I got going on. So I guess I'm going to move that camera a little bit, and I'm going to see if I can start building this thing. All right, what's up, everybody? I bet you're probably expecting to go to some music, but no, you're going to get me talking about myself. So doing this build off camera, I had already gone through and mounted the Stellar transmission with the Komodo motor onto the Mofo chassis plate. And then I played with it which direction I wanted. I didn't know if I wanted the motor in the front or in the back. It ended up going with the motor mounted backwards so I could get the battery up front. So I could kind of balance it a little. I felt that was a better option, and everything worked a lot better after that. So there it all is, all put together, kind of got all the core of the chassis all done. It went together really great. They provide you screws and everything. Everything fit and finish was really killer on it. I was pretty happy. Then we went through Mofo links all in there, and ended up going. Now here we are. We're on the Mias axles, and these axles, they really are. They're really fantastic for the money. They feel really nice. The fit and finish is really nice. I had to off camera, I did the underdrive on the rear of it to give it, I believe it was either 16 or 20% underdrive in the rear. So I went through off camera and changed those gears, which they provide you gears, and the stock ones will not fit in the axles. So you got to use the ones they give you. And that's where I noticed everything inside of them was all greased. Everything was great. I was really happy end result with the axles. Super pumped. I can't wait to really get these things working and see what they do. And then here we go. We're working on shocks. Now the shock fitment took me a few minutes. I put them on, tried it, put them on, tried it. I would move them here, move them there, just to try to get the overall best flow and fit and flex out of them. And I kind of came through a few different variations of where I wanted them, but I ended up, after a little bit of working, I figured out where I wanted them, and I think I got them in a good spot until I actually get working it. So we're going to go with that. Now, off camera, I had been playing with the Reefs 99 because I didn't have it in the studio that day. But I had got all the links, everything all built for the front of it. I made sure the toe was in pretty decent because you can actually adjust it a little bit. So I got the toe, I think, in a pretty neutral spot. The Reefs 99, I hooked that up. It fit fantastic. I just got a plastic arm on it for now until I get the other one or decide what I want to do from there. But strength-wise, the Reefs 99, I think is going to be a pretty strong finish for it. I mean, you can hold the front tires and turn the remote, and the whole vehicle swings side to side. And it's even so responsive when you let go of the wheel. Just a little vibration from just letting go of the remote, like, oh, if you turn it all the way to the left, the wheels themselves actually shake with the wheel. So response, super responsive, very quick. I think it's going to be a pretty decent advantage, hopefully, over Alex once I get running this thing. And then fine tuning the rear axle. I had to mess with a little bit of a few things. As you do when you're throwing a bunch of parts together, sometimes you realize, oh, well, I put a screw that was too long in here. I did this, I did that. But all the kits of all the pieces I bought all provided great screws, and I ended up having a ton left over. So here we are finishing it up. Little guy tires on the wheels. Within the wheels had the brass rings for the bead lock inside of them, just to provide a little lower weight right on the wheels. So we'll see how that works out. And here we go. The fast finishing touches here. Lizard Pro with the 315 hook. All right, so end result, here it is all right here. Here's the low center of gravity Mofo chassis with the Mofo links and everything that I had already said I put in. Now, I haven't test run it yet, but I have table run it a little bit just to make sure it works. And I'm going to go ahead and say this is pretty cool. So I already got this thing turned on. So if you're able to focus right in on that motor right there, start giving it a little look at that thing turn. Just barely turns. So you can kind of see the layout that I did. Here's the chassis. Here's my SR315. Here's the Lizard Pro. The Stellar transmission with the Komodo brushless motor with the Reese 99 up front. I think this is going to be a pretty cool setup. It's the first kind of level crawler like this that I've done. Let's see how she creeps. So that's about as slow as I can make it go. And it sounds really smooth, really quiet, and she creeps along pretty slow. So I'm pretty pumped. Like I said, the inspiration for this build all came from Cape Crawlers. And I really got to give a shout out to him because I really paid attention to what he said to do. And I did mimic a lot of the stuff he said to do. So, I got the shocks on upside down. All that. Does this have the same flex as the other one that I built? No, but this one I didn't build to be an extreme flex monster. I mean, it's not like it's bad, but doesn't quite flex as much as the other one. But it's a little bit lighter, but it feels really balanced. Actually, just a hair like it should be, a hair heavier in the front. The big thing I got to do is I got to put some limiters up front. That's really about it. But I'm pretty happy with it. I really can't wait to get out and run this thing. I have put some money into this, which the grand total I'll put down. It was right around the 6 mark. So a lot of money invested in this, but this really looks like an extremely killer setup. And for a 24 scale crawler wise, I'm actually pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. The body, like I said, this is the first time me trying this cartoon looking thing. And I will point out, I didn't record really the doing all the marks and the outlining, because once I started doing it, I was like, this is going to look bad. And I do kind of regret doing it, not recording it, because it actually didn't come out as bad as I thought it was going to. All right, so quick little thing on the body. So I had already gone through with an acrylic marker and outlined everything I wanted to and accentuated. I did everything in black. It took practice on like a soda bottle would be my suggestion, just to get used to using it on the media, because it took me a couple like lines to kind of really actually figure it out. And then I came through with the white marker for a little razzle dazzle and give it a little bit of a different look. Then I pretty much, really simple, hit it with a green pearl, just a couple coats over the whole body to give it a light, little bit of different color. Came through with fluorescent green and accentuated all around like the perimeter of the hood and the outline of the roof, any lines that I wanted to like appear different. Then I hit it with a couple quick coats over the whole body. Then I backed it with white. So the white really helped brighten the green and the other green up a little bit more. So then it kind of created like a, like you saw, darker green outlines, and it created a lighter green, almost yellow. And then once I got done with all that, I hit blue on the windows, and that's what you get. For any of you that try this, your first one, don't get your hopes extremely high. The more you do, the better you get. This came out better than I thought it was going to, but when I had it in just outlined form, I was not happy. I almost just scrapped the whole thing, but I'm glad I decided to push forward, and I did a shot of pearl with some fluorescent green on the hard edges, and then I gave it a light coating, and I backed it with white, and it created that color differential that you can probably just barely see in the camera right there. But end of the day, any of the stuff that you want to do, the more you do, the better you get. End result, I'm really happy with this. Thank you for all the information I got from Adam from Cake Crawlers. And now the next thing I got to do is I'm going to put this thing against Alex's rigs and hope that I made something better. So as always, like and subscribe. Thank you. And we will catch you next time.